Hi, I'm Garvin DeShazer. In today's story, we'll see both darkness and the light that can burst forth out of that darkness when a life is transformed. We'll hear how connection with nature can nurture a soul, and we'll learn how service can become purpose and fill a life to overflowing. I know you'll enjoy this captivating story, because this is your daily inspiration. He was born in a blue-collar suburb of Baltimore to a drug-addicted mother who hooked up with an alcoholic ex-Marine when Gene was just 7. He told her he was going to California to hunt for diamonds, he recalls, and off they went to San Pedro, south of Los Angeles, where they lived in a broken-down bungalow. Far from finding diamonds, young Gene DeSantis found himself digging through the garbage bins for food, and he was often brutally beaten by his drunken stepfather. When he had to stay home from school to take care of his mother, which was often, he was even more vulnerable to his stepfather's rages. It was the scariest time in my life, he says. He found relief from the abuse and chaos in nature. On the nights when his stepfather was violent, he climbed trees in the yard to find peace. It was the only tranquility I had, he says. They didn't have woods in L.A., but they did have some trees, and the trees became my friends. You could say I kind of grew up there. Things came to a head when Gene was 16. One night, his stepfather broke down the front door in a drunken rage and trashed the bungalow. He was screaming for me, Gene says. I slipped out of the window and hid. The next thing he heard was the sound of a gunshot, as his stepfather shot and killed Gene's mother, and then another as he shot and killed himself. With both parents dead, Gene returned to Baltimore County and lived with his biological father. Early in 1977, Gene began attending the Calvary Baptist Church and soon had a profound religious experience. After some time, a pastor from the church who saw the young man's passion and dedication suggested that DeSantis make volunteer service his life's work and take simple jobs just to pay rent and put food on the table. And that's what he did, working variously as a cashier in a clothing store, in a bakery, as a dishwasher, and as a caretaker. Shortly thereafter, Gene spotted a group of 4 city workers digging a hole to plant a tree. According to DeSantis, quote, I said, "That looks like nice work. Can I help?" They said, "Oh, it's hard work and we can't pay you." But he didn't care. He just wanted to put a tree in the ground. They were right. It was hard work, but he found it oddly fulfilling. He established a routine. He'd call the Parks Department to find out where they'd be planting, then he'd walk or ride a bus to get there. Planting trees became his way to connect with nature again, and he enjoyed the camaraderie of the workmen, who became his surrogate family after his father died in 1980. It turned out to be an important step into a life of service. The same day he planted his first tree, he delivered sandwiches to the homeless. Today, he's a live-in health aide for a 106-year-old woman, serves hot meals at a church-sponsored employment center, bakes cookies for people at a transitional shelter, and he continues planting trees around Baltimore. Gene cites his faith as the main reason he lives like he does. He's never sought what most people think of as success. Oh, he went to college and got a degree, but he's chosen to live a very simple lifestyle. He doesn't own a car, he doesn't use computers, and he has no phone. The jobs he's taken over the years have been sufficient to provide a meager living, but his focus has always remained on serving others, however, wherever, and whenever he can. That and planting trees. Always planting trees. In fact, over the past 40 years, Gene DeSantis has planted more than 15,000 trees in and around Baltimore. Trees are like children to me in a lot of ways, he says. The work is also therapeutic for him, helping to ease his childhood traumas. I try to get past that, he says. I mean, you can't ever forget it. But maybe if someone else who is 16 years old and hurting inside hears my story, instead of going the wrong way, they'll take a more constructive path. My message is that just because you came from an abusive home, it doesn't have to end that way. You don't have to reiterate the violence, the drinking, or the drugs. You can think about someone else. And maybe plant a tree. So do you have a clear sense of purpose in your life today? Does that purpose include service to others? Can you say with me, I am living my life with purpose, and I am an agent of service to others? Thanks for listening. May your day be filled with love, laughter, and joy. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Scott, producer for the Daily Inspirations podcast. We hope you're enjoying these stories, and if you'd like more inspiration in your life, visit mydailyim.com. You can find weekend blog posts, sign up for our email update list, and you can let us know about an inspirational story you'd like us to cover. Or just say hi. We'd love to hear from you.